Hi everyone. How you doing today? So, let's see. I'm going to slide back a bit. There. So, this is my tent now see I can't slide that way. Okay. Well, anyway, this is my tent when I go a Viking, and this is where I spend a lot of my summer when we are not under quarantine. It's a place that I love and enjoy playing, and that's wonderful. But obviously, this summer I'm not going to be spending quite as much time in it, or alternatively, I might just set it up and spend a ton of time in it so that I have a place to go to escape and do some writing. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I just figured I'd bring it along with and do it from out here because I can. I am going to take you on a tour of the garden. I had kind of taken you to look at it before when everything was still kind of leafy and gross looking. It's looking a lot better now. I still have a portion of the garden to work on with the where the herb garden is, but the rest of it is actually looking pretty good, and I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to cue up the video and take you for a walk through. I hope you enjoy. All right, so we are coming up on the first of my raised beds. That's a hugelkultur bed. Deep underneath, there are punky logs buried, which help keep it moist, which is an awesome thing. In there, there's going to be peppers, leeks, and green beans, and behind there is going to be pumpkins in Sterilite tubs, like the one that you see on the screen now. That back one is going to be cucumbers and eggplants, and this front one is going to be peas and arugula. This tire right here is going to be carrots and beets mixed in with radishes. Behind that, turnips, kale, and Napa cabbage in that big bed. And then you'll see there's a little split here. This is my rhubarb, which I split up earlier in the year. As you can see, it's doing exceptionally well. I wasn't sure if all 4 pieces would make it. They did. So as you can see, they're looking pretty good, and there's a few of them over here as well. That back end there is also going to have 2 pumpkins in it. These tires are going to have tomatoes, and that caged thing back there is my blueberries. But all of these will have tomatoes, a mix of Roma's, beefsteaks, and cherry. You can see my Egyptian walking onions are going absolutely crazy. They are the very first thing to come up every spring, and they are so happy right now. And I managed to give some away to people, so I'm thrilled. Back there in the middle, we're going to have corn in milk crates, which I'll explain in a minute. And that's my herb garden. As you can see, I haven't actually done anything with that yet, but I'm getting there. I'll talk about the herb garden and the corn in just a second. I'll let you finish seeing the overview of the garden. I'm actually pleased. There's like 4 years of leaves and junk and stuff in there that between myself and the kids we've managed to pull out, and there's really only this one section left to do, and I'm excited. All right. So there are a couple of things. I don't have enough raised beds to do everything that I wanted to do, so I'm actually going to be doing my pumpkins. I'm going to put 2 pumpkin plants in each Sterilite tub, and there will be 4 of them, and then there's going to be in that little back section there's going to be 2 more pumpkins. So that's the pumpkins that I got from the Victory Garden program from the library here in Jaffrey. I'm really excited about growing them because they're the ones they're like, yay big, and they're New England pie pumpkins. Those are not period, and I don't care because they're going to be yummy and enjoyable. Nothing quite so nice as a curried pumpkin soup. I gotta tell you, I make one that's just killer. It's really delish. Um, but I wanted to talk about corn. So the type of corn that the library sent me is not an edible corn. It's called glass gem corn, and it's used to be decorative, and it's very pretty. Although I have heard that you can make popcorn out of it, I have not attempted that, and I would have to do more research before I did that. Technically, all corn is edible if you process it enough, but it's not a sweet corn, certainly. Um, Corn is a really weird thing. Unlike most vegetables, it needs to be wind pollinated. And so you can't just plant a row of corn. It just you'll get beautiful plants and then they'll die. You'll get stalks and that's it, no corn. In order for it to actually make corn, what it has to do is when you make it makes the little tassely things at the ends of the various junctions. They need to be a certain distance apart in a square or a rectangle, so that when the wind blows, the bits and pieces go across and they cross fertilize. So what I usually do is I take milk cartons, the kind that hold 4 milk jugs, gallon milk jugs. I put a contractor bag in, fill it with dirt, and then I poke a few holes in the bottom for drainage. And then each crate gets 5 corn seeds, one in each corner and one in the middle. And then I put those really tightly all packed up in a sunny spot where they can get as much sun as they need. And then when they get to be about knee high, which should be theoretically by the 4th of July, hence the saying, you move them into like a chessboard pattern, like the 5 on a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it gives them enough space, even though you don't technically have enough to do a lot of proper pollination. It will sometimes be enough to produce fruit, and that's the whole point of this. So that's what I will be doing in between my Egyptian walking onions and my blueberries. That area is going to have my section with the corn in it, and I'm hoping it'll look really nice. I've done it before in that section, and while we didn't get a ton of corn, we did get some. And since this is decorative, I'm hoping some is good enough. My herb garden is looking pretty sad right now. It has been neglected and used for the past like 8 years. I planted stuff and it just kept coming back for the most part, so I've basically left it alone and it's just reached the end. Eventually you have to refresh these things, with the possible exception of the chives, which I don't know if you could see it in there, but they're still coming along. I did get more chive seeds. I'm going to repopulate that tire so that it's full of chives. But I also have sage, cilantro, parsley, and oregano. I did not get thyme. I don't know whether they didn't have any. I got 2 parsleys, which is fine. I actually use parsley a lot in different things, so I will actually fill up 2 tires with that. And then the back 3 tires there actually are full of different kinds of mint, and I don't think anything known to man can actually kill those. People actually frequently try to kill those and fail, so I'm just going to go with the idea that they're probably still there. I haven't checked under the leaves yet, mostly because mint is sort of a terrifying monster that's hard to get rid of. But yeah, so that's where the garden is at. I'm actually going to start doing some videos tomorrow of planting. So tomorrow in the morning, probably around 10 o'clock, I'm going to be donning up in garb, right down to my leather boots, and I'm going to be going outside and I'm going to start planting. And it hopefully will make for a decent video for you guys, because I'm going to enjoy being dressed up. And you might get to see my grandson running around in the background too. So that's where we're at, folks. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope your summer is looking like it's rounding out well. Please remember, that Friday is the 1st of May. Something outdoor starts that day. Have fun. Enjoy your weekend. I'll hopefully have the sewing videos up next, like maybe tomorrow and Friday, or tomorrow and Monday. Yay! Don't forget to subscribe.